I bet. All right, we gonna wait a little bit. We gonna wait a little bit. We gonna wait a little bit. Man, it's been about 2 weeks and a half, and yeah, I know I'm like 3 days late for this chapter, but bro, like I've had a like crazy week, man. Like you know what I'm saying. This college accounting shit ain't no joke, bro. If you in college and you're an accounting major, you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. This chainsaw man is hot. Now we need to gather all the people of the Chainsaw Man Church that praise Angel and Fujimoto to come together to figure out how we're going to feel about what I would think is the ending of this fight. I haven't read it, so I have not read this chapter 229, but and I haven't really seen anything about it. I'm not really on Twitter, so I don't really be paying attention to what people's opinions about it are. So I try to um have my own opinion when I get on stream. But it seems like this is the end of your route, man. Like it's been a long journey. Like I remember when she was first introduced as the War Devil, I was hyped. Like I was like, oh snap! Like this was a good start plot point. Now, if you would have asked me, I think when got to part two back in like 2023, 2022, something like that, or part two, my bad. If you would have told me that, you know, however many, what, because when did Chainsaw Man part two start? Like chapter 98? So it's been like, because part one was like 96 chapters. So part two's been like really like 200 like 100 and like 31 chapters. So we've almost got at least like um halfway of double. So word on the street is that Fujimoto is finna end the series after this, but I, I don't think so. There's too many things that he has to it's too many things that he's got to, you know, do at least before if he's going to end it in part 2, he's got to tie some knots up. Um and and if he's not going to do that, then he would have to make a part 3. So, shoot man, hey, in all seriousness, dog, the plan for the day is that we gonna read Chainsaw Man. We gonna read this Chainsaw Man part 2, and then the new Boruto chapter came out, and the new One Piece chapter came out. So I'm caught up on all those. But you know, as y'all know, I am a Chainsaw Man enthusiast. Yes, I do enjoy other animes and other series, but you know, don't get on me if I don't know something or if I say something wrong. I'm just giving you my you know what my straight raw reaction, and I can't remember all 1,174 chapters of One Piece collectively to think about every possible callback to whatever. Boruto I'm pretty okay in. I think I know my stuff pretty good because it's a monthly series, so it's really not that hard to remember. And plus, like you know, is a little um the story is a little um it's a little different. It has a lot of plot um things about it that I think is a little bit off, but I like it. So shit. Hey. But hey, without further ado, man, let's stop yapping. Let's say a quick prayer to Angel, and let's bless this next chapter before we get into it. So to everybody of joining the Angel Church, the supporting the Angel Devil, um, you know, we just want to go in here and Angel to bless this next chapter to see this outcome. Now, if y'all don't know, I am a huge Angel Devil fan. Like I love the Angel Devil. Angel Devil is probably like one of my top three favorite characters in Chainsaw Man. Like I think my top and listen to comments what your top three favorite Chainsaw Man characters are right now. But my top three would gotta be number one, gotta be Makima, obvious reasons. Dingy, obvious reasons. And I would say Angel. Now, Angel, a lot of people are gonna say Power, and I'm not a huge. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love Power. Power is, I think, is a great character. I think she's perfect for what her representation was for part one. But I just think that like, people just I feel like people just over I don't want to say overhype or over like, or I just don't see the resemblance of like, oh, like this is a character that I'm really supposed to. But I mean that's the great thing, everybody has their own opinions, but I didn't really see Power as a one of my favorites. But I like Power though. But I like Angel a lot more. I feel like Angel was a little bit more like uh and for like a side character, he was pretty involved in the story. Like he was up in the story to like really like the very end. So, you know, yeah. But let's without further ado, let's get into it, man. So, uh, without further ado, let's get into it, dog, man. Chainsaw Man chapter 2. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Chainsaw Man chapter 2. Okay. Okay. Whew. Okay. So this chapter is titled what? Nightjar and Asa. Okay. So we see the alleyway and we see doves flying. And yeah, like what's up with the dove? Like is there a bird correlation that I'm not understanding? Like she dodged the dove that Denji threw up in the last chapter, but I'm like the dove wasn't really like a chicken, like cuz she had trauma with the chicken devil, right? Like her tripping over the chicken or killing the chicken. But I don't understand the doves or well, I guess I do understand the doves, and I get because we said like last chapter that the Yoru's biggest downfall in all of part two was keeping Asa's brain halfway intact. Like I remember I went back. I can't remember on top of my head like what the exact chapter was. It was like probably like the early like chapter 101. I probably put it on the screen or something. But oh, and side note, I forgot about my top three franchises. Man, I did dress up as the Angel Devil, um, for Halloween. I'll put it like up on the screen so y'all can see it. It's kind of funny. But let me know how my cosplay was. But if we go like her biggest issue was leaving Asa's brain intact. She should have never done that. She should have just figured it out and went from there. Like yes, Asa did kind of help her in multiple ways with getting her into the right situations because if it really wasn't for Asa, Dingy, like she wouldn't. It would have been way harder to get in contact with Dingy and find Chainsaw Man, and a whole bunch of just other stuff if it wasn't for Asa. So, I mean, I guess you could say that it did kind of work in her favor, but it backfired on her at the same time because if, at least for what we know right now, she was cooked. She got cooked. That's tough. That's tough. She got cooked. She got cooked. So, all right. So let's get to the chapter. So we see the dust falling. She said, and then so Yoru questions Asa. I mean, Asa questions Yoru because I hate it? Question mark. Why? You don't give a damn about my feelings. So Yoru's on the ground, just having her, I guess, her Madara. Who who was like an anime villain that like when they was losing and they're on the ground, they were just laughing at the end. It's somebody. But I don't think it's Madara. It's somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So she was like, "You don't give a damn about my feelings." So they both look at each other, And she says, "Why are you still leaving me alive? You could have erased me in my body, in mind, and you could have erased me and made my body and mind all yours, right?" Exactly, exactly. I called it. I called it. I called it. I literally was like, bro, her biggest downfall was keeping Austin's brain intact. Okay, let's get back to it. So so she's still on the ground, like hurt. She hurt, bruh. Like that building must have really messed her up. so there's a broom, broom. And then Denji's still kind of split in half, and he's just crawling on the ground. And then so there's just a lot of buzzing chainsaws. Denji's hurt too. Denji's damn near cooked. Okay, so she's on the ground. Uh, she says that bird whose body I stole at the outset, even though it was a bird, it felt guilty for catching what? So that bird whose body I stole at the outset, even though it was a bird, it felt guilty for catching and eating worms, for an act necessary for survival. What a stupid, arrogant, foolish bird. So Dingy's still crawling to her, I'm guessing. I guess he's trying to finish her or figure out a way to get Asa back. I don't know. She's like, if I empathize, if if I am able to bear that guilt too, then I can create stronger weapons. I tried to understand your guilt, Asa, but in the end, I couldn't comprehend it. Hmm. Asa, the things you think are sins are nothing in a devil's eyes. Okay, she's spitting. She's spitting. If that bird too had been able to fly, thinking only happy thoughts. Oh, he's gonna eat her? Dingy finna eat her? Dingy finna eat her? No, bruh. Bruh, okay, hold on. We gotta get back into it. Okay, so what? Wait, what happened? So he's going up to her and he, I'm guessing, hold up. Oh, so I'm guessing he slashes himself and then is spilling out blood and he pours blood into her mouth. Don't know why you're doing that. Or he cut off one of his arms. Yeah, he cut off one of his arms, and then that arm was spewing blood that he poured inside her mouth. Okay. What the exactly? Bruh, did Denji get a lesson from Goku in the Cell games? Like, why are you giving Yoru a sensu bean? We just, bruh, she did a nuclear bomb on Japan. Why? Okay. She says, "Are you dumber than chicken? Why did you feed me blood, Denji? Did you want to get turned into a weapon, or do you want to screw up the world together?" I suddenly remembered something. You said you'd have sex with me. You promised you'd have sex with me if I ate some dangerous devil. If I'm pretty sure I ate that dangerous devil. I'm pretty sure I ate that dangerous devil, didn't I? He's talking about Lil D. She did. Okay, hold up. Side note. We're gonna go back to the panel because I know exactly what he's talking about. So I think it was when like they were like Okay, let's finish this and then we'll go back to it after. How about that? Okay. So I'm guessing she's gonna start laughing because she puts her head down. So a building falls and she just starts laughing. So this was so he essentially went all the way over there, fed your blood. Okay, wait. So Yoru and Asa have this dialogue of essentially their guilt and their sins, and how guilt can essentially help the War Devil turn things into or people into strong weapons because they feel guilty about it. And so I'm guessing that guilt led her to get out the way, like So I'm guessing that guilt was the reason why she decided to move out the way instead of killing that dove that Denji threw up. But it was like, how did Denji even know to throw up that devil in the first place? And then it was like, what does the dove got to do anything? Like, I mean, she said the logic about like how you know, it even though it was a bird, like it felt guilty, um, for catching and eating worms, like it, but she said she just couldn't comprehend her guilt. But it doesn't understand if she didn't comprehend her guilt, then it just still doesn't explain why she moved out the way or why she still feels guilty. I'm guessing, or am I tripping? Let me know. So, and then Denji goes and feeds her blood, and essentially, um, talks about how they made an agreement that they'd have sex if he ate if he ate a strong devil, if he ate the death devil, which was back in like chapter like two. I want to say 202, 203, something like that. So, and it be Fujimoto with these like 14-page freaking chapters, gang. Like, man, like, bro, I swear that's what I'm saying. Like, this is not enough. It's just not enough. We need more context in each chapter. But I mean, I guess it's something. But let's just go back to 103, or 203. My bad. Let me second, y'all. See what's going on. So I think it's chapter 203, 202. We'll go 203 right now. Oh no, my bad, my bad. Definitely like to 199. Okay, no. 198? It's around here somewhere. Hold up, give me a second. The streets uh usually I should be knowing these like back of my hand, but okay. It's gotta be 97 then, bro. It's gotta be 97. Okay. Yes, I think this is it. No, it's not it. No, it's not it. Oh my gosh. Am I off? Hold up, guys. Give me a second, bro. And it really changed away from Dingy for a minute. It was like 4 or 5 chapters that they were not even like even in the series. Hold up. Is it 95? Okay, here it is. Here it is, here it is. I think. No. 94? Okay. Yeah. Yes. 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 Okay. 94 or 93, 193. Like I was, bro, I was off by like 10 chapters. But essentially right here is what they were talking about in chapter in chapter 229, because she did technically promise him like, hey, like if you eat this death devil, like, hey, bro, like, you gonna get something tonight. You gonna get some tonight. I got you. You gonna get some. You gonna get some. So, hey, shout out to Dingy for actually remembering this and sticking to his word, because I low key thought that was like on a whim, but nah, I mean, he ate death. She promised to do it with my man's. If he did it, you gotta go buy it. She gotta stay true to it. She gotta stay true to it. My man Denji done got like 200 chapters. Wow, and he cool. My man trying to get some. He trying to get some. I can't even hate on it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, look. If you were in Chainsaw Man and you were Denji, right? Would you eat the Death Devil to get some coup? Now, in 2026, bro, in this day and age, bro, niggas, bro, guys will do anything to get some coup, bro. I promise you. Or some beta males will. But to erase death from existence, that nobody can die to get some coup, is outrageous, the most outrageous investment of all time. Yo. If a girl tell you to erase death in general, like nobody on earth can die for the rest of whatever to get some coup, yeah. Okay. All right, man. Wow. Okay. So I'll say this chapter, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 because it's just too short. We need some more stuff. I like Yoru's speech. I felt like it was pretty good. At least choreographed wise. It's still a little weird on how it makes sense. And if this how the I mean, and I guess the fight's technically not over then. I thought this was gonna be over because he gave her blood. So she's back up. But I don't know how she's going to react to this this what's it called? What's it called? This proposition. I don't know how she's gonna react to this proposition that Denji gave her. So, but she did say this is right here. She did promise this. So that's why it's important to go back and look at those old chapters in Chainsaw Man, bro, because they be saying stuff that he'll bring up later. Um, I would say it's like a 6 out of 10. It wasn't really bad. Nothing really happened. Like they talked for a little bit about you know being feeling guilt, and then Denji just gave her blood, and then she just started laughing when he was like, "Yeah, you promised, if I get some, if I did this, so I can't let you die yet." Even though he won the fight technically, so I don't know, man. But I mean, why would he even crawl? He literally could have just went, got some blood, crawled over there, so he would have been prepared if they had to fight. But no, man was like, "Nah, I gotta get this cool, bro. You can't. You have no lower half. How are you even going to even get some? What? Chainsaw Man, bro. Chainsaw Man is a serious, yeah. Okay. Well, 6 out of 10. I thought it was really good. Yoru was really good. Denji was really good, but I just felt like we just need a little bit more. I mean, we're gonna get a little bit more next chapter, but there's really nothing to say because really nothing happened. Like, I can sit here and yap about the possibilities and the stuff that happens, but nothing really happened. So we're just gonna see what happens next week. So, I was over here being 3 days late reading this, bro, and I was like, man, I don't even know, like, I didn't really miss anything. Nothing happened. So let's get to the. I would read Boruto, but those chapters are like 45 pages. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to read this One Piece chapter, and then I'm gonna get off stream. But okay, okay. So let's get to it. Okay. So okay. Oh, that's my bad. Stupid sleep tid. I lost the ship and I lost the sea and I lost the sea clouds. So I'm guessing this is Summers. Summers is talking about because the Nika ended up falling on the ship that the kids were going to go to the Holy Land to be held as captives so they can use the giants in the war or they can use the giants. Um so he says this looks really bad for me. Uh the the power of the arrow is still active. The kids are gonna walk themselves right off the edge and splatter onto the mountainside below. Gunko, stop the kids. Gunko, we need to pause the operation. Wait, that won't work. Great Emu is inside of her now. If I could just undo that arrow. Um, so he tries to contact Gunko to stop her, but Emu's in her, so I guess he can't really get in touch with Gunko to really stop her devil fruit technique or devil fruit ability. Um, he says, "What's it made out of? We can't even scratch it." So I'm guessing they're trying to stop the kids from moving. Yeah, and it says it's pointless, you clowns. If you could stop it, I would have done so already. So wait, how long is this chapter? This is a 20-page chapter? Oh no, it's a 17 page. Okay. So he says, okay, wait, all those parents at arm's length, unable to touch due to the thorns, and forced to witness their beloved children plummet to their deaths. Okay. And that oh my whoa. Why his face look like that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, his face looking kinda crazy. Okay. And that's a and he said now that's a deliciously depraved way to die. I think it's worth it. And if anyone's at fault here, the great one is who's controlling Gunko's body. We can always march more kids over here. Call their names, scream. Whoa, he's on some demon time. I ain't gonna lie. Scream your family. Scream your family love to the heavens. This is the real stuff. This is emotion. Listen up. All the brats in PTS in PT in PTA members, parent teacher association. What? No, they're really being formal in here. Okay. Uh, we're planning to have you taken safely and smoothly to the Holy Land, but due to an unforeseen accident, we seem to have lost the ship in sea clouds it rested upon. And this means you will be reaching your goal. There's nothing there. Via the Hal- halal, I don't even know. The tragic conclusion of falling to the depths, huh? If we keep walking, we're gonna fall off. There's no way I let them keep going, even if I have to give up my arms to do it. Grandpa, okay, Killingham. So he says, "Oh, I'm afraid there's nothing you can do." What does Summer think he's doing? If you took forever to get those kids, it took forever to get those kids to the port. I did. It took what hella long to get them to the port. Okay. He's like he's like, damn it, as he falls to the ground. I forgot his name, but he says, damn it. Uh, stop it, Grandpa. He's like, that hurts. I'm sorry, kids. Forgive me. That settles it. As long as that arrow doesn't disappear, there's no way to stop the children for sure. So we can't save them anymore. All we can do is watch hopelessly as our children plummet off the edge before our eyes. Okay? Curse you foul demons. I think heaven is punishing me for doing bad things. Okay. Honestly, y'all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this a different day. I actually can't right now. I actually have to go. But we got the Chainsaw Man chapter in, but this takes a little bit more mental capacity to read and for One Piece. I actually do want to start reading other series because I am a Chainsaw Man enthusiast, but I do want to start reading One Piece and Boruto. But I'll probably do it off stream so I have a collective thought amount of how to process all this information. But I know this chapter is hot, but I'm definitely gonna get back to it. Um, but if y'all enjoyed this stream, I don't know if anybody tuned in, but if y'all enjoyed this stream, thank y'all. Um, Deuces. Rise out.